Hey guys, Lee Cole here, and hope you're doing great. Now, today I want to talk to you about 3 ways of making money doing affiliate marketing. These are simple, not necessarily easy, but they're simple, and I've done this for years. Just in case you haven't been keeping up with my most recent videos, I have been in the internet marketing world around 18 years now, and I've made my living full time for really close to this summer. It would be 16 years. So I kind of know a couple of little things. And I'm resuscitating this channel that you're watching this on. This is currently in the first part of 2026. I'm resuscitating this channel with a lot of really great content coming out weekly every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So while we're talking about that, give me a like and a subscribe. Also, scroll down. Um, Click on the link and then you can subscribe to my list so you will get notified every time I put a new video up, which is at least weekly. All good stuff. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I have forgotten more stuff than most quote unquote gurus know. Just putting that out there. But anyway, 3 ways of making money doing affiliate marketing. Are these the only 3 ways? No, you can slice this world up in so many ways, but I want to talk to you about 3 specific ways, and I'm going to rank them for you. I'm going to give you the best, and hopefully, if you're paying attention, you're going to go out there and do what I tell you to, and you will build a real business, which you can do. Number 1, send traffic to offers. So, in other words, and you do this with ads, okay? So, Facebook ads, Google ads, Bing ads, whatever. We'll talk about terms of service and all that stuff in just a second, but basically, you have an ad, somebody clicks on the ad, they go to the offer, bam, you're done. Okay? I used to do this back in the day. Now, this was a long time ago, but just total transparency. Um, just I used to do this a lot with what was called back in the day email submits for, like, somebody's looking for insurance, somebody's looking for health insurance, somebody's looking for this or that kind of thing. And big corporations would pay people like me to run an ad. People click on the ad, they go to the place where they can submit their email for more information, and I would get paid, a nice chunk of change for doing that. I haven't done that in a very long time. Okay, but and I don't even know if that business still exists. I don't see why it wouldn't still exist, except terms of services have tightened up a lot since I used to do this back in like '07, '08, '09, stuff like that. I'm mentioning it because I want to be completely honest, open, transparent, and thorough. Now, running traffic to affiliate offers, you can run traffic straight to an affiliate offer if you're careful. I'm in the internet marketing world, so I can buy traffic on Google, Bing, Facebook, whatever. And let's say there is a trending product on like Warrior Plus, JVZoo, ClickBank, whatever. I can buy traffic and send people there. Okay. Now, what's good about this is you can make money right now. ClickBank, I think, pays in a month, so you can make money in 30 days. The other 2 I mentioned, Warrior Plus and JVZoo, according to how long you've been an affiliate and all that stuff, you can get paid in a few days. Yeah, this is rapidly scalable. I like this part of this, and it's really simple. I mean, you got an ad and you got the offer page, right? The offer page you can do nothing about because you're just an affiliate. So you can't like call up the guy or gal and say, "Hey, would you change that word in the headline?" You can't do that. I mean, it is as it is. So really, it's just, did you get the ad right? Is the traffic converting? Very simple deal. It's also rapidly scalable. All right. You can start this business at $3 a day. Okay. So $100 a month, you can start learning how to drive traffic and make affiliate money. Are you going to, you're going to make a huge profit your first month? I don't think so. Could you make a profit your first month? Yeah. Are you going to break even your first month? Are you going to lose money your first month? More likely, but if you're looking at $3 a day, then you're looking at $90 a month. I mean, how much money could you lose? $90? You're not going to lose $90. Um, you're going to be learning, right? I mean, there is a tuition to pay for all of this stuff. This is a really great way to get your feet wet with driving traffic. And like I was about to say, it's scalable. So let's say if I'm driving traffic at $5 a day or $10 a day. Well, if I take $5 a day and move that up to $10 a day, or $10 a day and move that up to $20 a day, that's $600 a month. But in other words, at some point it will flatten out. But for numbers like that, if I double the spend on the ads, everything else being equal, I'm going to double my profit. That's cool, right? That's scalable. So in other words, if you got an offer, you got an ad, you're running traffic, you say, oh, I'm making, I don't know, 40%, I'm making 40% on my money. And let's say you're making, I don't know, $80 a month profit. You can double your ad spend. You'll still be making pretty much 40% return on your, ROI. And if you were making 40 bucks, I think I said 40, if you were making 40 bucks uh, or 80 bucks a month profit, then if you doubled it, you'd be making 160 bucks a month profit. So there's that. And that is like really, really, really super cool. This is a great, simple way to get started. If you listen to these videos that I'm coming out with, you will understand that I'm a huge proponent of a few things, one of which is paid advertising. Why? Because I can get traffic right now. All right. And I'm not fooling myself. All right. But anyway, more about that later, I'm sure. I will be talking all about this whole world from now until the cows come home, but more about that later. So rapidly scalable. And this works really well in niches where people are probably going to buy once or rarely. In other words, you could I have been an Amazon affiliate for a very long time. I have not run traffic directly to Amazon in a really long time. We're talking about over 15 years ago. So this I would have to look at the terms of service on. However, there are ways of getting around all of that, one of which is just putting up your own website with, your own product descriptions and all that stuff, which are all taken from Amazon, and then sending the traffic there and blah, blah, blah. But I used to send traffic directly to Amazon, did so for a very long time. Made really good money. I mean, I used to be a mathematics teacher back in the first decade of the 21st century. And I supplemented my income by doing this stuff and did really well at it. That was one of being an Amazon affiliate was one of the things I did. So this all works really, really well. Nowadays, you are going to have perhaps an issue with terms of service, and you need to read that very carefully, and you don't want your accounts to get shut down. So just tread lightly, test, read terms of service, see what happens. The cons really are most of these ads quit working in a while. Okay, unless you are a bona fide ad bad you know what expert, which I personally am. Most of the ads you create that do work are going to quit working, and they're going to quit working fairly soon. It's just the nature of the beast. Uh, Testing so that you get into something that's got more of a long-term play, that is a whole nother thing. That's like a master's degree in paid advertising. I do that stuff like all day long. All right. That's cool stuff. I'll probably talk about it later on this channel some. But I tend to sort of like to talk about the beginning end, the simple end, the easy end. Because really, I want people to get in on this. I want people to have success, and I want people to start learning, hey, this actually is a viable way of at least having a side hustle. But anyway, Ads quit working after a while. That's a con. So you can do, you can try a couple of ads. This one's working. That one's not working. I lost money with this one. I made money with that one. I got to recoup my losses. And by the time you recoup your losses, you're screwed because even the good ad quits working. That is a very common scenario. It is what it is. So you can run traffic to offers. I would suggest that you look into doing that. Don't go out and buy your yacht yet, okay? But it's a great way of getting your feet wet, as it were. Two. Two is a big part of the business that I've done for a decade and a half, actually longer. Create products and get affiliates to run their traffic to my products. Bam. That I am insanely good at. Not because I'm a genius or anything, but because after you've created several hundred products, which I have over many, many, many years, we're going on close to 2 decades now, you just get really good at something like that, and it's a phenomenal business to be in. Now, is this the absolute best way of slicing this thing up? No, it's not. So why did I do this all of these years? Because I was really good at it and am really good at it. But over time, I learned my lessons and I took a longer view of things, which I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. But pros, okay, pros of creating products, getting affiliates to run their traffic to it. You can make money now, right? It's according to what platform you use, but like if you're using Warrior Plus or something like that, JVZoo, even System.io. There are plenty of other platforms that have, basically somebody pays and then inside the platform, the money's split up between you and the affiliate automatically. So you don't have to, sit there and do a bunch of accounting at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, and then send somebody money and keep track like that. We used to do that a long time ago. It was a giant pain in the rear. But fortunately, we don't have to do stuff like that anymore. So you make money now. I mean, you just run, you run traffic to your own offers. Other people run traffic to your own offers. And then you're looking at your PayPal account and ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Very cool stuff. This works especially well if you are selling products that people want more of. If most of your buyers are repeat buyers. People who buy information about online marketing, internet marketing, how to make money online, that whole world, how to make money with YouTube, how to make money with TikTok, blah, 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 that whole world, they're generally very serious repeat buyers. There's a reason for that. There are many reasons for that, but two really good reasons for that is there's a lot to know. I mean, look how long I've been doing it, and I still don't know everything. I might not even know the majority of things. I know enough to make a, damn good living, but beyond that, there's plenty of stuff I don't know. So, and technology changes. I mean, wow, man, look how fast AI has changed things since ChatGPT came out, which I think was November 2022. Excuse me. We're looking at 3.5 years ago. And yeah, I mean, that was like, that changed the whole ball game. And the changes are only speeding up, not slowing down. Nothing is settling down with AI. It's just speeding up, getting better and better and better, more and more confusing, more and more powerful. So, people who are interested in that world, they want to keep up. They want to know more, rightly so. So they have to buy in order to learn. Okay, so that's cool. They can buy from you. That was a funny joke, wasn't it? But anyway, I think you got the idea. Cons. If you're what we call a vendor, there's the person that created the product that's for sale, and then the people selling it for you who get paid, those are the affiliates. You're the vendor, they're the affiliates. Now, Usually, a lot of times, many times, most of the time, that relationship between vendors and affiliates is actually a very personal relationship. You would think it's the internet, and nobody knows anybody. The opposite is true, and in this little corner of the internet marketing business world, most of the people who are my affiliates I've known for God since 2010, 2008, 2011. Many of whom become really good personal friends of mine. They've mailed for me for over a decade, right? Getting on toward 2 decades now. Me, ditto them, and all that. So it's a very personal business. That's really neither good nor bad. I'm just explaining something to you about how the business works. You need well converting products, but if you're going to make your own products and expect to make money, you would want a well converting product anyway, wouldn't you? And they're going to need a list, your affiliates, and as a result of someone on their list buying your product, you are going to capture that email. So you are going to be building a list. This is a beautiful way of building a list of buyers. And that leads us to the holy freaking grail of this particular part of the internet marketing world, which is build a list and market to that list. Let's all have a moment of silence. Build a list and market to that list. Build a list and market to that list. Literally, you should sell all your possessions. Okay? Go up into the Himalayas, sit down with some guru, and meditate on that phrase for the next 10 years. Build a list and market to that list. Build a list and market to that list. Because let me tell you something, my friend. That is the holy freaking grail. That is the it and all about it. That is a deeply, deeply, deeply powerful way of building a business that will pay you month after month after month after year after year after year. Look at me. Been there, I walk the talk, right? This is the laptop lifestyle business, Holy Grail. This is the digital nomad business, Holy Grail. This is I got some things going on in my life, not really working that hard this month, which is true for me right now. It just is, right? Money keeps on coming in. Why? Because we've got the list. And I market to the list. Build the list, market to the list. If you don't learn anything beyond that one thing about internet marketing, you will be doing better than 99% of your would-be competitors. And if you don't learn that, you might be doing okay, but it's always going to be a long, hard slog up a very steep, rainy, wet, and muddy hill. Build a list and market to that list. You can build your list by having affiliates, mail, like I said, by having affiliates mail, right, for you. Look at what's happening right here. You're looking at this video on TikTok. This is called, we'll get into this later on in videos too. This is the beginning of what we generally call in the list building world a trust funnel. Okay, well, I'll make a note to cut a video about trust funnels fairly soon, just so you understand. But look at what's happening. You're listening to me. I may be rambling a little bit. I said on my last video that I'm a good old Southern boy, so it takes me forever to get to the freaking point. I'm sorry, it just is. It's not changing. I'm too old to change. But that right there, build a list, market to the list. Videos on YouTube, people click, go somewhere. Videos on YouTube, ads, get that video seen more often, people click, go somewhere. I'm sorry, my bad. I just saw that the camera was like my head was like way down here. I apologize, my bad. It is. I'm not going to redo this because I think I'm going to roll here. And I don't wait for perfection. It ain't going to come. But yeah, TikTok, TikTok videos. Um, yeah, you can make money off of other ways, but if you're peeling people off, they're hitting a squeeze page, they're getting a download, blah blah blah. Voila, you got them. You put them on a list. You send products to them. You keep track of who buys and who doesn't buy. You make I call this list A and list B. List A is the big list of everybody that signed up for your stuff. List B is is a subset of A. List B is the buyer, B for buyers. List B is the buyers from A, the buyers list. Holy grail. That's what you want, okay? You own the list. I mean, if you build up a business on Facebook through posting stuff and all that stuff, and you got your friends and your followers and all that stuff, cool beans, that's great stuff. I mean, Facebook's still going to make you pay for everybody who see your posts and all that, boosting the post. I mean, it ain't free, but let's say you got that and you got a thing and you're making money off Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Well, guess what? If they change, you don't own the list. You don't know who those people are, right? If they decide, well, we're not going to do it like this anymore, bam, they just destroyed Lee's business, and that doesn't happen. Don't build your house on sand. Just don't do that, all right? Build it on a rock. Building a list is building your house on a rock, because Facebook changes their terms of service, Google changes their terms of service, TikTok changes their terms of service, whatever. I've still got the list. I own the list. I can print it out in a freaking spreadsheet if I want to. I've got the list, and by virtue of the way I got the list, I have permission to mail to those people. That's my business. I own that business. Dan Kennedy, the marketing guru, which I'm sure you probably heard of. If you're one of the 2 people on the planet who hasn't heard of Dan Kennedy, go look him up. But he said years ago, long before, I mean, he's been around a long time, but he said years ago, long before the internet, that a business's most important asset, a business's, I guess you would say, asset that's worth the most money to the business isn't the branding, it's not the logo, it's not the products, it's not the goodwill, it's not the location, it's not maybe it's a capital intensive business like a small factory or something, so it's not all the machinery, it's not the patents, it's none of that stuff. It is their list of past customers. Bam! End of story. Their list of past customers. Now, this is a way of saying the same thing pre-internet. Build a list, market to that list.